Okay, you should be good to go.
Alright, well, there was this one time that I was really hungry, and so I went to go to the cafeteria to get some food. And I saw a bunch of my friends were sitting at one of the tables, and so I scanned my card. Well, I didn't scan it, but I gave it to Miss Frida, and she scanned it. And then I went and got food and brought it back, sat down at the table, and we started talking about different like types of jokes and stuff. And one of them was Helen Keller jokes, and I have a really big problem with them, actually, and my friends were telling them, constantly, and it was making me mad, and so I said, if you don't stop, I'm going to throw this drink into your face, and they didn't stop, and so I took my pink high C poppin' lemonade and threw it right into my friend's face, and he got really mad, but it was funny, and a lot funnier than those Helen Keller jokes that they were telling. I one time was so thirsty and I needed to go to the Coke machine and get a drink, but I couldn't because I didn't have any money. Like I always seem to never have money. And I decided to borrow money from my roommate Pouncy, and so I got a bunch of quarters and went over to the Coke machine and got this amazing ice cold Coca-Cola and opened it up and started to drink it. And sometimes Coke has a weird like effect on me. When I drink it, sometimes it causes me to hiccup or burp. And going outside of my dorm and walking to Ingram, I think, and I passed a security guard. And while I was passing him, I had just taken my first sip of the Coke, and I hiccuped. Like, it was the biggest hiccup I've ever had. And the security guard walked by, and, like, he didn't see what the Coke bottle was, but he thought that it was, like, a beer bottle or something. And so he thought I had been drinking. And I don't drink, but I just thought it was really funny because I had this huge hiccup, and, so, yeah, the end.
Nonverbal communication is when a person uses facial expressions and body language to convey a message. Nonverbals often complement what verbal messages are trying to say. Complementing is the nonverbal elaboration of the verbal message. A good example of this would be people not wanting to make eye contact when telling a lie. They may also appear nervous.
I just got through playing ping pong against Clint, and I whooped him. He tried to beat me. He got a little close, but I ended up coming out on the top. I smoked him. He would give me little lobs, and I would just drill him. He's not very good. My serve, I killed him on a serve, and he's not very good. I just got through playing Chase Alford in ping pong, and I killed him. He's awful. He thought he could beat me. He said he could beat me. He talked so much crap about beating me, and he was wrong. I just absolutely smoked him, and I'm pretty proud of it. And it makes me kind of feel excited because of that. And, yeah, I just beat Chase Alford in ping pong.
One of the types of communication is spontaneous communication, and this is where you non-voluntarily display your inner emotional states. So if a person is communicating spontaneously, his nonverbal signs such as facial expressions or gestures, they are like external manifestations of what they're really feeling on the inside, and in this case, it's lying.
Okay. Do I talk to the camera?
Yes, you can just talk to the camera.
My grandpa's name, when he was born, was Roberto. But his grandma, who would be my great-great-great-grandma or something like that, she didn't like his name, so she changed it to her maiden name, which was Bartlett. So his name was Bartlett David Markel. He became a professional motorcycle racer, and he always thought his name was Bart, so he named his son Bart and his grandson Bartlett, David Markel III. And then when he was like 59, he tried to leave the country, and he found out his name was Roberto. So I had to change his name legally.
Okay.
Right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, my family has really bad knees. Starting, I guess earlier, but my dad tore his meniscus in college. My brother tore his ACL in high school, and I have torn both my ACLs. I'm actually on my third ACL, broken, so I'm having to have surgery next October. So me and TJ will be sick together.
One of the other things that we want to talk about is symbolic communication. Symbolic communication is where you might put on a happy face if you're happy to see an old friend that you haven't seen in a while. You put on this happy face and you look happy and you smile because you want them to know that you're excited to see them and that it's good to see an old friend. In the same way, if you just broke up with your girlfriend or you're having a bad day, you're not going to walk around with a smile on your face. You might walk around with your shoulders kind of slumped and you might have a frown or something like that. That's a symbolic communication that you're not really having a good day and that you're kind of sad. And whether you realize it or not, most of the time you do realize in symbolic communication, though, that you're sending this message of sadness. Okay? That's one thing that you have to be able to overcome if you're trying to lie. One of the things that we noticed a lot with a lot of the people that we took videos of is that when they were telling a lie, they had a hard time keeping a straight face, so they weren't a very good liar. People who practice lying, though, are able to control their emotions. Melissa was a very good liar because she was able to control all of her emotions, and she didn't laugh, she didn't smile when she was telling her lie. She told it just like she would tell a normal story. So she had very good control over her symbolic communication.